Greetings and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. My name is Joseph, but I'm also known by my nickname Muffin, which should help explain the name of the channel. Let me apologize in advance for some of the poor footage that you'll be exposed to. This is my first video after all, and I'm still learning. I will save the rest of my ramble until the end of the video, though, so let's get to it. In this video, we're going to be painting a quick set of veiny wings for this model. It's called Tialevor, the Tyrant God, and is made by Artisan Guild, but I'll be using him as a Daemon Prince for my Slaves to Darkness army. The first step is to cover the wings in an off-white or near-white color. I've chosen ivory from Vallejo, but you can choose any other similar paints. I will be using my airbrush for the majority of this video, but I'm fairly confident you could do pretty much all of this with your brush if you'd rather do that. Once I've painted the entirety of the wings in this ivory color, I'm moving on to the next step, where I'm going to be using Vallejo's Warlord Purple mixed with Vallejo's Hull Red. The reason that I'm doing this is because I really liked the Warlord Purple for this model, but I thought it was just going to be a little bit too bright and a little bit too pink. The Hull Red should give it a little bit more of that redness and tone it down a bit. The end result, however, is still going to be rather pink. And if you'd rather make these wings in a different color hue, you can do that. Just switch out the paints for whatever you like and still follow the rest of the steps. For the application of the paint in this step, I'm not covering the entirety of the wings anymore, but I'm focusing my attention towards the deepest areas of the wings. For the next step, I'm going to be using Royal Purple, also by Vallejo, and the footage for when I applied the straight Royal Purple was pretty much unusable, but I did it in a similar way as the previous step, just with a little bit of smaller area. And here I'm adding black into the mixture of Royal Purple to make it a bit darker. And this step I'm focusing on the very deepest parts of the wing. This is how the model looks after these steps. Now this next step is a bit of an interesting one. I've mixed up the Citadel shades Fugan Orange and Druchii Violet. And it makes this very nice reddish brown kind of color. I will not be applying this in a regular way though. As you see, I have a crappy bigger brush here, flat topped. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick this paint onto the wings to create like a mottled type of effect, as you can see here. this step, I'm just quickly going in with that ivory yet again. I'm aligning the wings, the edges, and the edges of the holes that have been ripped into the wing as well. The reason I do this is to make the wings more defined. And here comes the fun step, at least for me. Here we've got Warlord Purple and Hull Red again from Vallejo, and I mix them in about the same way as I did before. Bring out your sharp brush, everybody, because you're going to need it. Preferably also add a bit of flow improver or similar products as to make the paint flow easily from your brush as you drag it across the wing. As you can see here, the paint flows very easily off my brush. For the next step, I'm bringing out the Royal Purple once again, and I'll be applying it in a similar fashion as I did during the last step. This time we can hit some of those previous veins though. As you can see here, just hit the center or just part of them to make it a bit darker, but I'm also adding new veins that weren't there before. Yet again, I'm mixing some of that black into the Royal Purple to make a darker shade of purple. This I'm applying just like the previous steps. Some of the lines will be added to already existing veins, but I'll also be creating some new ones. I may be overdoing this just a tad, so if you want to follow along but want a better end result, you may want to add fewer veins than I do. And for the last step, we're just going to bring all this together. And as you can see, I have 3 paints here that I've mixed together. It's the Minitek Ghost Tints. Got about 50% of the magenta and 25% of the other 2. This is going to create a rather warm purple glaze that will help bring all the different elements together on the wing. Hey! As I mentioned before, this is my first ever YouTube video. So if you enjoyed it, let me know. And if you hate it, also let me know. I'm trying this video editing out just for fun. I like to share my love of painting with the web as well, I suppose. So therefore I have already have a few videos that are planned that I will be posting on this channel shortly. First, of course, you will get to see the rest of this demon model that you saw in this video. But I also have a few other videos that I want to make. If enough people end up enjoying the videos, I will likely start posting regularly, otherwise it might be more sporadic. I don't know, we'll see, time will tell, of course. So, until we meet again, stay vigilant, but do take a coffee break, alright?